This is exactly right.
When a charming neurosurgeon rode into Frontier Town selling a persona of confidence and care, patients trusted him.
He wore cowboy boots in the operating room and became sought after by patients.
He promised to heal them. Instead, he left a trail of broken bodies.
This is a story of greed, betrayal, and a fight for justice.
Listen to Dr. Death, the Cowboy, wherever you get your podcasts, or binge the entire series right now, only with Audible. Goodbye. Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.
Summer is for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
Their trained techs help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
Best part? You can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye.
What's wrong?
Nothing. It just feels like it's been a long time.
It does. Oh, it has.
It has been?
Yeah. Are we recording?
Yes.
Good.
Good, because we need to get this figured out.
It has been. I guess almost 2 weeks. Is that right?
Since like apartment recording.
Yeah, because we did our Bell House show last week.
Yeah.
That was that was different.
That was nuts.
That was nuts. That was a break from reality.
It was super fun. We love you, Jamie Lee.
Jamie Lee's book's coming out.
That's right.
Thanks for being on.
Ridiculous is coming out.
I called it Wetalicious.
Wetalicious, you did. With the absolute confidence. That's all that matters is when you say stuff like that. Yeah.
They should change the title right now.
Well, they might have to.
Right.
No. And she was talking about, and then I thought it would be funny when she was trying to plug it at the end to interrupt her and be like, "We're done." And
did she get her feelings hurt?
No.
Did you hear? I said I didn't blame it on you. Did she get her feelings hurt? Not did you hurt her feelings?
Thank you. No, I apologized to her after. Where I was like, that really seemed like it was going to be funny to me.
What?
And then it didn't. But it like, you know that thing where it's funny in the moment, and then like 48 hours pass, and you're like, this feels bad. And she was like, oh my God, no, it was super funny. But the whole reason she was trying to say that is because if people order the pre-order, it can possibly get onto the New York Times bestseller.
Know that. Man, fuck writing a book.
I know. There's a lot involved, but she's kind of an expert on stuff like that. So she's worked really hard. I mean, she's been working on this book for a really long time, since I've known her.
Longer than since you got engaged.
Yeah, I mean, since high school. Pretty weird.
No, that was a really fun show. The last podcast on the Left Dudes were awesome.
And we did we talk about it on the show that we went and recorded their show that day?
No, there's like a bonus episode at last podcast on the Left's like page, iTunes page or whatever, that is us, just like a fucking half-hour conversation with them.
Yeah.
Someone got mad at us because we said we weren't interested in UFOs.
Oh, but I have a very good reason for not being interested in UFOs. Because they scared the fucking shit out of me.
I just don't feel... It's like with ghosts. It's like, why are we talking about this? Yes, they probably exist, but there's no proof.
True, although... don't make me retell you my ghost story. Because there is proof. I have it. A ghost hugged me.
UFOs scare you?
Yeah, the idea of UFOs being real is like having a psychotic break where like suddenly what you know is no longer the truth and there's a whole new truth. And the idea of that is very upsetting to me. And like, it's that thing where when it happens in a UFO movie where suddenly there's the thing hanging over the city or whatever.
Yeah.
Like in District 9.
Yes.
Where it's just so like, good. I just don't want to go there. Like life is hard enough.
Well, you know what I think I've always loved is the fact that our brains can't
literally can't compute certain things. So if it's outside of our reality so much of like a fucking alien in the sky or a fucking ghost standing before us or some insane thing happening, our brain will just be like, nope, and just fucking shut it off and we won't even see this thing happening.
You think that's true?
I think that's true, yeah.
Do I have to remind you for a third time I was hugged by a ghost?
That's a feeling, though.
You're in full denial about my ghost experience, which was real.
2 ghosts. Like, as a kid, I saw things happen. But I still am like, well, my brain is weird that it did that.
Oh, I see. So you're basically like, you shut it down emotionally. Like, we're not going to go into the freak out of that. Is that what you mean?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like the same thing with thinking about this podcast and people are listening. Shit's happening. I'm just like, no, I can't.
We're just here on
Every
these
time
couches.
someone's like, everything's going great. And I'm like, I don't know.
I just go, it's super weird. And then I change the subject immediately.
The thing that is now becoming like the funny thing that listeners are writing is, we didn't know this was going to be a thing.
Yeah. They're with us completely. They understand.
They didn't either.
Clearly. They were like, I was here when it was just 5,000 of us. We didn't think this was going to be a thing
We
at all.
thought we were weirdos too, including you.
Hi, this is My Favorite Murder. It's a podcast starring Georgia Hardstark and Karen Kilgariff. Our sound technician is a man named Stephen Ray Morris.
And his mustache. and this is day 403 of Stephen's mustache. We've been counting.
He's doing it. He's going to grow it all the way around his mouth. I think that's my personal.
I thought you were going to say his head. That would be funny, but just tie it in the back. Oh my God, why is that not a thing? Just a mustache fucking.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
You have to do it now, Stephen. You have to.
Only for you, Karen.
Stephen.
Speaking of only for us, Stephen brought a. Okay, Stephen is like, does everything for us.
Does everything.
He's so fucking sweet and wonderful.
And also thinks about things like much more than we do.
Because we don't know, because we didn't know this was going to be a thing.
Right. So, but he did.
He did, and he like was prepared for it.
He prints things out for us.
Totally.
He plans, but also he brings us presents.
He
And
brought us
this
Christmas holiday presents.
we have non-denominational holiday presents at our each seat on the couch.
I know.
So we
We
decided
bought
we're
him
going to open them on the air with you guys.
I know what this is going to be. Oh my God, Stephen.
It sounds
oh
amazing.
my God. Oh, whoa.
Is this fuck?
I fucking knew
He got us serial killer baseball cards.
Holy shit,
True
Stephen.
crime, G-men, mass murderers, serial killers, and gangsters.
And they're like baseball card packets.
Ooh, you guys.
Stephen, I'm gonna fucking have a seizure right now.
This is really good. Are these like old?
Yeah, like these are like hard to find.
Yeah, they're from like the 90s, I think.
Oh,
Stephen, I'm like, I see people post these on the fucking Facebook page. I'm like, I've had these since the 90s, and everyone's like, fuck you. And you got like 5 packs of them for both of us.
this is really good.
I'm
Is
glad you
there
like them.
is there gum in there?
I wouldn't eat it if there was.
I'm going to, and then I'll sue you if anything happens.
And this
now
looks-
there's a secondary
There's another
gift
bigger one.
because he's a classy man that gives you a small gift with a bigger gift
Yeah.
underneath it.
Oh my God. What is it? It's his memoir of what assholes we are. What'd you get? Let's see.
It's the book.
It's a vintage book.
Oh my God, this is the book of Vicky Morgan and Alfred Bloomingdale and the affair that shook the highest levels of government and society.
Oh
this
my
is
God.
the British one, right?
It was the woman in Washington, D.C.
Oh,
where she was
D.C..
the dominatrix and there was sex
The
scandals.
cover of that book is fucking, I want that on a shirt.
Wait,
This
when
is
was
the
this
cults
written in
that
like
kill.
the 80s?
This one is by Larry Connor. It's called Cults That Kill, Probing the Underworld of Occult Crime.
Yes.
Steven,
These
it's
are
like
good
you
books.
know us.
I thought for a second, I thought this book was about somebody that was in the Bengals because
Totally
that's
is.
totally the
This
color
was written
palette.
in 1988. I'm so fucking like at the
This is
height
from
of the
85.
satanic panic.
This is so good, Stephen.
I call it the satanic panic. Steven, we got you a bottle of single malt
we
scotch.
got you this old wrapping paper.
Oh my God,
thank you.
Steven, I'm sweating because I'm so happy.
That's really good.
I can't wait to. I don't think I should open
You
these.
give and you give.
I'm
Thank
just glad
you.
you like them.
Steven.
You should open one of the packs.
Good idea. I'm doing it. Let's do
Nice. Good idea.
it. Oh my God.
Also, when we talked about the plan was that we were going to open these on the air, and then Stephen, would you say it would be good for?
Oh, ASMR.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Ooh.
What'd you get? Read a couple.
I got the Hall Mills case, which on September 16th, 1922, a couple walking down a country lane near New Brunswick, New Jersey, found 2 bodies lying under a crabapple tree. It was Reverend Edward Hall, 41, and Mrs. Eleanor Mills, 32, a member of his church choir. Both had been shot. Her throat had been cut. Oh, wait, I've heard this story.
We're only picking our murders from these decks from now on.
That's
You just shuffle them up and
Shuffle, like,
this week
It's weird they're only from the 90s and before.
Our
All
work
their
has been
murders.
done.
Okay, mine, I have one, Clifford Olson, who looks like a real fucking piece of work. Look at him. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
That's like a dramatic painting.
Let's see here. So, November 1980, a 12-year-old British Columbia girl disappeared. Her mutilated body was found a month later. In 81, a 13-year-old girl vanished, followed by a 16-year-old boy a week later. The boy was found dead, his skull crushed. In May, a 16-year-old girl disappeared. And then in June, a 13-year-old girl. And then in July, Jesus, I'm doing him for my next murder.
No spoilers.
No, yeah, all spoilers.
Are you reading till the end?
Fuck, that's good. These, Stephen,
These are amazing cases.
These are like treasures that I will treasure forever and ever.
and we're going to start trading them.
I've never heard of half of these people. Jack the stripper. I'm not kidding you. Jack
What'd he
the
do?
stripper. In 59, I'm gonna rephrase this.
Go ahead.
A sex worker
Nice.
was strangled and clad only in her slip. Was found near their Thames.
Thames?
Oh shit!
It's one of those ones. The only reason
It's
I know
not.
that
It's one of those famous ones that I've been to, and I should fucking know.
Thames?
She was found. Shit happened.
look, Sonny Bean. Remember I did that one.
This
This is I am honestly like glowing right now.
This is best Christmas ever,
this
Steven.
is the best
so
Hanukkah
good.
ever, Stephen.
Richard Cottingham. Wait a second.
I'm Jewish.
Hold on.
What? What?
Richard Cottingham is the one I just did on the last episode.
You just did him, and then he walks through the door.
Shit.
You got out of jail already.
Oh my God, you did! I'm gonna
crazy.
open all of these.
This painting makes him look way better than he actually looks in real life.
What if we have a whole? Okay, what if the minisode is just us opening these and reading them to each other?
That's a great idea. Let's
gonna-
absolutely do that for real.
I'm
Because
fucking
these are
serious.
amazing cases.
Dude. It's happening.
So-
And also, look at how hot this guy is.
Who's that?
What's his story?
I don't know. He's kind of like Mick Jagger-y, but younger.
Tune in to the next minisode.
Yeah,
To
the Minnesota, you'll find out.
Yeah. Holy shit, that's exciting. Oh my God,
So
Steven,
down.
you're a fucking angel.
What, Steven? What?
Oh, I was going to say they were very controversial at the time because they were like, people were obsessed with them.
I remember.
Well, remember they had those the playing cards of cold cases that they would give to inmates
Oh, yeah.
in prison, so that they would like be playing with these cards and they'd be like, fuck man, and then like read about the victim and be like, this fucking dude I was in prison with has admitted to this. And like I think there were not a lot, but a couple cases that got solved because of that.
That's a brilliant idea.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I do remember though when these came out, it was like, "How dare you?" was the kind of overall. It was like so sick. With like the
similar to our
news
podcast.
Was, we are the "How dare you" podcast of today, but for different reasons.
Our podcast comes with a stick of shitty gum.
That's right. Our podcast, listening to it is the same thing as eating old, powdery, pink, flaky, hard to chew baseball card gum.
Remember when you would just like eat it out of not spite, but just like, I bought this
Yeah. It's
card,
the thing I
this
picked.
pack.
Yeah.
Vince buys the wrestling ones a lot, like the old school wrestling ones too. And yeah, I think he burns the gum.
Burns it?
I don't know. Smokes it. What if he just was like addicted to
Oh my God.
vintage gum?
the fumes of vintage gum.
That sounds like the new what parents get told like the junior high kids are into now. Like if you see old gum in your kid's room on the next 2020.
They're smoking it. I would just like to say really quick that at that show, we had so many great people.
Ugh.
It was crazy. And we got to say hi to so many awesome listeners, which was really fun.
It is.
And you got to talk to the doormen at the end, which they loved your story.
Well, I don't know if he loved it as much as it was like, let me give you some more information.
Just on behalf of all doormen.
Yeah. So my story last week was about in New York, the doorman at this bar killed this girl. Spoiler alert if you haven't listened. And so on the way out, the doorman who we had met before at the show, and he was really nice and cool, was like, hey, and like called me over, and I was like, fuck. Like, oh, he's going to be like, that was my brother or like something. But instead he was like, I remember when that happened. And I didn't know the guy, but I was a doorman at the time, and it really fucked with a lot of us because it changed a lot of rules and, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Doorman, and he was like, we don't call ourselves bouncers. We call ourselves doormen. And I was just like, I fucking trust you guys. And like, that's who I was very like, sorry, but he was very cool.
That's funny because when I walked up, it seemed like you guys were besties.
Oh no, because he was so kind and sweet. Everyone
good,
at the
okay.
Bell House, we have to give.
Yes.
They stayed late to like let us talk to all the people who stuck around, and
Yes.
they were really cool at like moving the line along. They didn't have to do that. They were
great.
The whole staff was amazing.
The whole staff was great. Thank you, Andrew, for booking us. This was our own booking long ago where we thought this would be fun, and we were right.
Oh yeah.
I would just like to say, thanks to my friend Carrie who came to see me, and he literally yelled, "Hey!" over like 5 people, and then walked away because he didn't want to have to wait in line.
I met him. He was nice.
Yes, and same with my friend Cullen, who apparently just sent me a message saying, "Yeah, I wasn't going to wait around." And then my friend David Knowles, who you did meet, who I've known since we were 12 years old. We met in 6th grade. I went to the freshman winter formal with him. He waited in line, and he was the second to last person in line. And when the third to last person walked away, I go, "The fuck are you? Do you not have to wait? I'm gonna see you after." It was like he waited in line to say hi.
He probably thought everyone knew you.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
He was like, these are
we're all
Karen's
just
friends.
We're trying to say hi in an organized
It was
fashion.
so nice. We again got a lot of fucking amazing presents. I just keep getting the best cat toys.
Yeah.
Ever. Like that's that's my scheme for this podcast is to get free cat toys.
We got a lot cat toys and what was in that other bag? In the bigger bag.
Makeup.
Yes. Oh, that makeup.
I also want to, so we need to, if you go to our Instagram, it's My Favorite Murder. I post a lot of like the photos and stuff of what people gave us and shout outs and shit. One thing we got that I just need to I got in the mail and started opening it and I was like, can't open this. I'm going to cry without Karen. So this person, this girl named Molly has this website called theurbansmith.com, and she makes this like incredible jewelry and metalworking and like these gorgeous things, and she made us these necklaces that are so beautiful and delicate that they stay sexy on them.
Yeah, they're like
so beautiful.
Our twinsies necklaces.
And then she made me these 2 little charms that look like if Elvis or Mimi ever let me in my fucking life put a collar on them without murdering me, that would you put these on it, and it's just these little beautiful monogram things that say Elvis and Mimi that I'm going to wear as a neck. Like they're so beautiful.
Yeah, they're really nice.
So the Urban Smith.
I just wanted to give a shout out to whoever gave us the ColourPop lippy sticks.
Yeah.
ColourPop brand. We got eyeshadow and we got lipstick. But this lippy sticks, ColourPop lippy sticks in the color Poison. I think they wrote and said, I hope this is a color that you can use because I've talked so much about
She knows you.
lipstick. It's so perfect because it's a really good color, but it also stays on. It's like a stain. God bless America.
And we don't.
So yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah. And so we always will.
On the My Favorite Murder Facebook page, there were 2 meetups that I got to look at this morning. One from Portland, Oregon, one from Austin.
Yay.
And they were so cute. And the thing that kills me is how much crafting people put in. They do. I mean,
Is that the one that did the serial killer drawings?
that was. I'm gonna have to look which one did the drawing.
That's
I think
not
I have
up
it
to
on
you.
a piece
I
of
should do
paper.
it.
That's all right. I wrote it on this piece of paper right here. Portland did the drawings.
Oh, Portland. They did like
coloring book pages
books of serial killers. I love it.
And on the Austin meetup, they had all kinds of crafts, but my favorite was they had name tags that said my favorite murder is, and then they wrote who their favorite murderer is on the bottom. So one lady is like smiling, but it just says Albert Fish. I love the idea that he's your favorite.
And that's such a great idea because then you can come up to someone and be like, "Oh my god, I know a lot about that one too," and then you guys can talk about it. Like, and then it's not awkward like at parties.
That's the whole point,
dude.
Everyone's doing it,
dude.
Guys.
Oh, I saw a thing on our Twitter mentioning this in next year. Don't look at my fucking murder. I held up my papers and then you saw my...
I need you to know that I am so blind. You could have been holding up one large capital A and I would have been like, is it a building? I was looking because all those black lines that look like it's redacted.
I know. No, it's not. I couldn't figure out I bought a new computer and I couldn't figure out how to format shit on my fucking page.
So that's like old highlighting or something?
Yeah. So it's like the outer color is black and then, Okay.
Gotcha.
So in 2017, Amazon is going to be posting with updates the old Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, that's right.
Dude.
Oh my God.
The last time I saw one of those was a while ago when I was high. It was a while ago because I don't get high anymore. But there was the reenactments are so gorgeous. I remember very distinctly, and this is like in 2002 when I saw this. One of the episodes was about like ghosts, and the way they showed that there was a ghost haunting this house is that in the kitchen, this fucking loaf of bread started levitating.
Oh, yeah.
And you could see the strings holding up a loaf of bread, and it was doing this like, woo. It was so stupid.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about it.
It's going to be so good.
Like, what have we been doing without it in our lives?
I mean, because are they going to update it?
I think they're at the end when I love this, going to say like, update from 2016.
Well, because that's like the magic of the whole. It's almost like the blooper reel at the end of a good movie.
Yeah.
The updates at the end of Unsolved Mysteries are the most satisfying thing in the world.
It's the same thing with the show Intervention, where they're like, it's like this beautiful ending of like, and I just feel so centered now. And then it's like, she fucking relapsed.
She totally disappeared into the bottom of a ditch.
Disappeared. And she's now living at home again. You're like, oh man.
But she's sober. But she's on the couch. It's hard.
Which is no, please get sober. And
please get sober.
I don't know.
It's none of our business.
As I take a big old gulp of wine.
I think that's all of our business.
Oh, live show shit. There's some drama going on. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to say that
we have no control over tickets,
none control,
or shows, or
scalping
places. Yeah, I mean,
we're really excited.
They know that
there's going to be more. If we're not going to your city, it's because we're saving it. We're saving the best for last.
That's right.
It's not true. It's because we don't choose where to go.
That's right.
I'm not going to say the one state I refuse to go to.
I wouldn't.
I'm not going to.
Please don't. Okay, great.
You'll know when we've gone to 50. 50? 50s.
How many are there? Are there 52? No, that's cards in a deck.
That's cards in a murder deck.
Ooh, let's go back to the cards.
But, my favorite murder.com/live is just how you see the places we're going. And
check
shows.
On their
links.
It'll give you pre-sale codes,
totally,
all that business. And thanks to Kelly for doing that for us.
Kelly Dwyer, amazing photographer.
Oh, mother of baby maybe.
Baby maybe. Oh my God, maybe baby bear.
And Matt Dwyer, hilarious comedian.
I saw him last night.
Does he have a podcast? Sorry,
yes.
Matt. Sorry,
Matt. He has one called Afterbirth. Yeah.
Okay. That's so gross.
It's Afterbirth. And he was like a fucking like big timey comic with all the big timies in Chicago way back when, and did a bunch of shit with them. So he has a lot of those people on the podcast talking about what it's like to have a kid.
It's great.
And he's so funny. So it's Afterbirth. It's on Feral.
He's hilarious.
He's so funny. We're assholes. Okay. No, we're not. We just fucking, sorry, Matt. Matt's such a dick.
Matt's a dick.
He's such a dick though. Like I'm not even.
No, it's his fault.
What? Oh, merch corner. My favorite murdershirts.com. Go ahead. What do you want to talk about?
I think I just had an idea.
Let's hear it.
What about merch of baseball hats with just a single face of a murderer on it?
Like a drawing or like a fucking sketch?
I think it would have to be a drawing.
Drawing.
Don't nobody steal this. I swear to fucking God, if I see this on fucking Etsy, I'll come to your house.
That just means we have tonight's Sunday. We have till Thursday to fucking make this goddamn happen.
Steven, mute it. Steven.
Kat Solon, get on this, please.
Wouldn't you wear just
baseball hat's a great idea.
Because right, a black hat and then just Albert Fish's face on it.
What if it was
what I'm talking about?
God. What if it was one of those beanies that you pull over your face and it has the eye in the mouth hole?
Those are called balaclavas.
And it just said my favorite murder is, and you just pull it, and it's just like a thing that says
now
Albert
we have two
Fish.
things. This is intellectual copyright property. We own this.
Own it.
And we can prove it in a court of law.
Yeah.
Don't you steal the balaclava idea.
Will come. What's it called?
Balaclava, the thing that you pull over that like bank robbers use.
I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah.
We will come to every 50 fucking state and fucking track you down.
Except for the one.
Except for the one that I refuse to go to.
It's Maine. Just kidding. It's not. It's not.
It's no way, man. They got fucking lobsters. Anyway, that's lobsters.
I actually love Maine, and I've wanted to go there since I was a kid because I used to read these books called Meg. I think it was called Meg of Maine, and we're
going.
I think that was what it was called.
I would go to fucking Maine so hard.
Yeah.
Let's just add a weird tour. Let's have a weird tour
Called
which just like
We Do What We Want.
yeah, called We Do What We Want. There's not enough people to fill whatever fucking venue.
No one's interested.
Nobody cares. They don't fucking like you. They're just trying to make a fucking living.
We're going to go to Maine. We're going to go to Oneida, New York. We're going to go to Montreal where they don't like anything. We're going to go down to
Irvine, California, which is the worst thing that ever happened in my fucking life.
Yep. Wouldn't it be amazing to go to Irvine and not sell any tickets?
Oh my God, amazing.
Just be like,
It's just all, every girl who made fun of me in elementary school gets in for free.
yeah.
And they
get a
talk through
front
the
row
whole
seat.
thing.
They text and talk to each other. That'd be, God, this is turning into like an Albert Brooks movie.
An Albert Fish movie. Oh my, an Albert Fish Productions.
That's the best name for a production company. And it's just a cartoon of him with all those pins inside of him.
Oh my God.
He's so gross. All right.
Do we have to do the murder part? This is so fun.
There are those who say we do have to do it.
Last time you
Went first.
Okay. You pointed at me and then moved your finger towards yourself.
Because I was just kind of ready to go with whatever you said.
I do love that in the live episode. At the venue, we were like, had to ask the audience who went first last time, and a bunch of people were like, Georgia, like they knew.
I know.
It's so sweet.
It's because they know we don't know anything.
That was so fun. That was so fun. They're also fucking. I'm gonna cry.
It was the best.
This is another thing of. I can't deal with this being a thing. Okay.
It's fun.
What were you saying?
Oh, I was just going to say this. There were a couple people who tweeted about how mean I was to the girl who I yelled at because she said she couldn't see and asked for Patsy to be put down.
But she was.
What you couldn't see was that I was making faces at her after I yelled at her.
Yeah.
That made it funny. But then also she was in line after the show and she walked up and said, "I'm the one you yelled at." Yeah. And I go, "I'm sorry." And she goes, "I loved it."
Yeah.
And then
she put an Instagram up of that. If you go to our Instagram and then you there's a hashtag of my favorite murder and there's like a bunch of live photos and she writes one of them like, "She told me to shut up." And it's just like, she's so sweet and just like, she had a moment with you.
That's right. Also,
cute.
that's the kind of moment you get to have with me. Pretty much like that and nothing else.
It's like, don't need or want more.
I can't give you anything.
And the craziest thing to me is someone who wasn't there said, at 1 hour and 15 minutes in, did I hear Guy Brennan laugh?
Oh, we got like 7 of those.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then you did.
Because there's people who are Guy Branum, who is our friend, and he's also a co-host of Pop Rocket, which is a very popular podcast, but also he's a well-known comedian and he has the most distinctive laugh that makes you want to start laughing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
He's so nice. Like this is how low it is in LA, but he remembered my name after he met me. And Vince is the same way too, where it's like, he didn't have to remember our name. Like that's how low it is, where it's like, you remembered my name. He's so nice.
You're just looking for some decency.
Yeah. He read how to do things with friends and then remember them.
He read that book?
Yeah. All right.
I just coughed and burped at the same time, but I just want to say, I want to delay this one more minute.
Class act.
Because I have defiance disorder.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
I have it too.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know what it is.
It's just that you can't do what people want you to
Oh my God, I fucking have that.
Yeah. It makes sense with both of us.
It does. I'm learning a lot from you, though.
I have it very bad.
I'm learning that it's okay from you.
It is. I mean, it's fine because everybody has something.
I once had a fucking soccer coach when I was like in junior high hold his fist up to my face and say, "You need to stop fucking being defiant." And I was like, "Fuck you." And
did you walk away?
Yeah.
The hell yeah, girl. That's right.
He's probably a fucking.
I was just going to say that's the show I'm working on right now is Guy Branum's show.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
It just makes I don't have to be secret about it because I'm happy that Guy
excited.
Branum gets to have a show and it's going to be on True TV in like probably spring called Talk Show the Game Show. It's going to be awesome.
That reminds me of from BoJack Horseman of what was it like celebrities? Do they know anything? What do they know? Let's find out. That's Guy Burnham deserves a show so much.
So much.
That guy is.
He's a fucking lawyer, literally.
What?
Yes, he has a law degree.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. He's smarter than everybody.
Jesus. God.
Yeah.
National fucking treasure.
And murder time.
Okay. So remember we were talking about national parks and how everyone gets murdered in them constantly? And it's like, what the fuck? I have one for you today that I'd never heard about. And then I looked it up. Okay, here's the name of the fucking state park. It's called Starved Rock State Park. So immediately you're like, oh shit.
Can I guess where it is?
Yeah.
Wyoming.
Illinois. But they're probably real close to each other.
Thank you. They're probably close.
Did you see the meme someone made of? It's a photo of like Wyoming, and it says over the top, and whatever state is next to Wyoming. It's what you said.
Yep. I can't pretend. I cannot pretend
Listen,
to know.
we're so smart in certain things.
Oh, and so dumb in most things.
And yet defiant as fuck. So that's why, fuck you.
That's why we're still not starting this murder TV show.
God damn it.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora Jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
You know your favorite summer clothes by what actually makes it into your suitcase.
Find the outfits you'll wear all season long at Quince.
Quince's 100% European linen pants, dresses, and tops are the pieces you'll reach for all summer long. They're lightweight, effortless to style, and they start at just $32.
Their denim is soft and comfortable, and their organic cotton sweaters are perfect for layering when evenings get cold.
Quince's beautiful 14-karat gold jewelry adds a subtle finishing touch.
So I just went to Italy, and you bet I brought my 100% European linen scoop neck midi dress along with me in the color of floral waterfall, and I wore that thing all over Italy. It was like the perfect day to night. It just looked so pretty, and I felt like I looked sophisticated while still being comfortable.
Make your summer wardrobe feel easier.
Head to quince.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Go to QUINCE.com/MFM for free shipping and 365-day returns.
Quince.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Okay, Starved Rock State Park. It's a state park. It's 100 miles outside of Chicago. The reason it's named this, okay, so it's a rock fortress on the Illinois River. A band of, and I'm going to say this wrong and sound like such a fucking asshole, Illiniwek Indians lived there originally in the 17th. And then in the 17th century, they were besieged by a bunch of fucking assholes. They like kind of locked them in. And so the people who didn't die by trying to escape, the Indians died from starving. So,
Oh, fuck.
yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Do you mind? Will you show me the name? Do you mind if I see it?
oh yeah, here, go ahead.
Oh yeah. I bet that's right.
Illiniwek. Indians.
Or a liney wick.
A liney
I
wick.
mean, that's one of the other. I have no idea. I'm
Fuck,
just
dude.
giving options.
No, you're probably right. This is from on our drunk history, mine and Allie's drunk history episode when we did on Lewis and Clark. She called them Indrians. So anything I can do is better than that.
That's right.
You know. And someone got a tattoo that just says Indrians.
That's so funny.
People are crazy. Okay. So on March 14th, 1960, these 3 suburban housewives who are from a little bit outside of this area, they're in Riverside. 3 suburban housewives go to Starved Rock State Park for a long weekend. They're all just like, let's get the fuck out of here. One of the women had like convalesced her husband through a heart attack. They needed to get the fuck out of town. They wanted to go and enjoy the area's hiking trails. It's apparently gorgeous. They're staying at the Starved Rock Lodge. Excuse me, I burped. So this is Lillian Edding, Mildred Lindquist, they're both 50, and Frances Murphy, who's 47, the young one. They're wives of business executives, they're mothers of grown children, and they're prominent in their town for civic involvement, and they're friends through the Riverside Presbyterian Church. So they're good fucking women, you know? Mm-hmm. They're like, we deserve, like, this is their, what's it called? When they, yeah.
Girls' Weekend?
Yes.
I just had that feeling right as you finish that last sentence.
That they're all going to die?
Well, yeah. It was and you know what that feeling feels like to me when I remember what we're doing? It feels like when the dentist puts the lead blanket over you when you get your x-rays taken.
Yeah.
So then it's just like, oh, yeah.
And you're like, this lead thing isn't going to do anything, too. It's like that lead thing where they're like, this is probably, is going to maybe, yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's it. This
Yeah.
is the lead blanket of sadness.
Yeah.
They check into the lodge, they put their luggage in their rooms, and then they have lunch at the lodge's like beautiful restaurant. And then they're like, we're going to go for a hike, like post-lunch hike. Okay, well, that evening, Lillian's husband is supposed to hear from his wife. And so he doesn't, and he calls the staff, and the staff is like, oh, no, we saw them, but they're not in the room right now. They'll call you tomorrow. The next day he calls again, and the staff again says like, oh, no, we saw them at lunch, and they're here. They're just probably out. And then the next day there's a crazy fucking snowstorm. And so this dude, Lillian's husband named George, is like, go into my fucking wife's room and see if she's there. They check the rooms. Their luggage is all packed. Their car is still in the same place. Like they clearly hadn't been there in 2 days. So George calls law enforcement and volunteers come out and they start a search party. And at the time, this local newspaper reporter hears about it. He fucking skedaddles over there and he drives into the park and he comes across some kids near a ravine who are shouting. And it turns out this like local camp had been hiking and these like teenage boys found bodies. On one of the nearby trails, which is like, dude, you poor kids. So what's found, and the fucking newspaper guy goes up there, scoop of the fucking century. And it was called the crime of the century for a while. He finds the mutilated bodies of Lillian, Mildred, and Frances. They're laying side by side, partially covered with snow. They're on their backs under the ledge of a small cave, and their lower clothing had been torn away. And their legs were spread apart, which we know is a fucking sadistic as fuck way to leave someone. They had all been beaten viciously on their heads, and 2 were tied together with heavy twine. They were covered in blood, and their legs were blackened with bruises. Poor fucking babies. So because this had happened 2 days earlier, and then there was a snowstorm, there were several inches of snow covering the whole area, which means all this fucking evidence they could have had was lost. But they did some digging and they found a ton of blood beneath the snow, and they found a frozen tree limb that was streaked with blood, and they thought that was the murder weapon. And then also a trail of blood led from a different area into where the women's body were found, so they thought that the bodies had been dragged and positioned under the sledge. The coroner said the women had obviously been, quote, molested, but they couldn't find any evidence of rape because it had been so long and it had been snowing. Let's see. And it seems that the time of death was pretty shortly after they had left the lodge after lunch. And there was no motive for the murders because the women had left all their money and jewelry in their room. So maybe the killer got mad when he found out that there was nothing on them. But the strap to the camera, they brought a camera and binoculars, and the strap to the camera was broken. And there was photos of them like sightseeing on the camera, which you can see online.
Oh, so the strap was broken, but the camera is still there.
Yes.
Okay.
So
it wasn't robbery.
No, yeah. Or maybe it was attempted and the women fought back, something. So there were no suspects for 8 months. And so the county state attorney, whose name was Harland Warren, Harland, that's a fucking amazing name, used his own money and purchases a microscope and begins like doing this crazy study of all the evidence.
Sorry, I missed what year this was.
Oh, 1960.
Oh, okay.
So, like-
he buys his own microscope. And also everyone's name is something that's old fashioned. Okay.
Yeah. It's like, these are all older people in 1960. So
got it.
they're all like,
From the 30s or whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, so he buys his own microscope. He begins studying the evidence. And he's like, the twine is going to fucking tell me something. Where is this twine from? And he finds that there's 2 kinds of twine, a 20-ply cord and a 12-ply cord. And he starts at the first place he can think of, which is at the lodge. And he brings him to the manager the cord. And he's like, does this look familiar to you? And it turns out the manager's like, I think those were from the restaurant. And they go back into the fucking area where the food is kept in the fucking pantry. And there's the fucking twine. Same fucking twine.
So they don't have to go far to find whoever did this.
They do not. So Warren had originally thought that the killer either worked at or had access to the lodge, but all the lodge employees had been given polygraph tests and they all passed. But he calls them back for another round of testing. And that is when a former dishwasher named Chester Otto Wager was brought in.
Like that name combination.
Because he has a middle name.
Well, yeah, they always name the middle name, but
Chester.
Chester's not a good.
Wager.
It's not a good name.
Weger. Wager.
Chester Wager. You don't name your child in a name that has the same 2 letters at the end on both names.
Chester Wager. Oh, is that a thing?
It's my personal thing.
I see that. No, I get that. I've never thought about that. So he's a former park employee. And he had quit recently, like over the summer, to go paint houses with his father. But while he was working there, he served meals to the police and reporters while they were like looking up for evidence and shit. So they give him a lie detector test, and the tester, who's like this they brought in like a really good tester. They said his face turned white during the testing. Chester walks away, and the tester said, that's your man.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Wager is 21. He's a small man. He has a wife and 2 young children. He had resigned that summer, and lodge employees reported seeing scratches on his face, but he had passed several lie detector tests already.
I mean, because ultimately we know that lie detector tests really, they're 50-50.
Right.
They're only right half the time.
Yeah.
Now we know this.
And there's a reason they're inadmissible in court is because they're not.
They're based on your heart rate, and if you are like a sociopath or something, you won't have a reaction you won't be nervous to tell a lie. You won't care.
And if you truly believe what you thought you saw. So like if it's a witness who's like, I fucking saw a man in a red jacket. I know I did. And if they believe that, they're going to not have been being deceitful.
Right.
Even if it's not true.
They won't have the physical reaction.
Yeah. I think someday witness testimony is going to be just like lie detector tests, where it's like, this isn't admissible because
everyone's a little bit not
wrong.
Reliable. Yeah. We're all a little wrong. I think that's actually a good thing to remember.
Yeah.
Because I always think I remember things. Always. And I'm positive.
Yeah.
And then I'm wrong.
Well, it's the same thing of like how people say, like, there's 3 sides to every story, your side, their side, and the truth. And it's like, the argument that you and I got into sounds this way from me and sounds that way from you. And you have to be like, well, somewhere in the middle is really what happened.
And you have to know that you don't know.
Yeah. The other person's, this is a psychology podcast.
It's true though. Okay,
We're so smart.
I know.
Like, how do we even?
But not about states. About feelings.
Pardon me. I just thought it'd be perfect. I was going to make that one quiet, but I figured
I'm putting my jacket back on.
You're cold. It's so loud.
I know. This
You
is
want a
not
blankie?
good. This is not good for audio. Steven?
Have a blanket. There's a blanket right there. I barely
I
peed
won't
on
move.
I peed on it once. Please. Are you cold?
Yes.
Karen, behind you is a thermostat. Please turn that heat on right there.
But
That thing that looks like a fire hazard from the 1950s? Yeah, click that little thing up.
this is worth it.
Kaboom! Click that up. No, to the left. The little switch. Yeah, up. There we go. You see the fire and the wall right there? I need to move. This isn't old.
Serious?
This is serious. The night my favorite murder got lit on fire. All right. Okay. Okay. Blah. So they're like, it's totally him. And then he was like, hey, I just happen to have this buckskin jacket. And I want to admit that it's covered in, quote, dark stains. And it later turned out to be human blood on this jacket. I don't
He
know.
was just bringing this up.
Yeah, I don't know if that's totally, how it happened, but somehow they found a buckskin jacket that was
Okay.
covered in dark stains that happened to be human blood. But in 1960, it could not be typed or matched to a specific victim, which is like, come on, you guys, get it to fucking together.
They're like, we can't. It's only 1960.
It's just blood stains at this point. in our
we just want to
lives. Oh,
go to the moon. That's all we care about. It's the
I thought you were going to say
60s.
movies, which is actually similar. Our parents failed us. So he does further polygraph tests. Again, he's fucked and he fails them all. So investigators begin checking into similar cases in the area, and they come across a reported rape and robbery that had taken place a mile from Starved Rock in 1959, the year before. A 17-year-old girl had been sexually assaulted, and she had been bound with twine. Similarly to the Starved Rock women. Okay. And then in all my like weird digging of like old articles and shit, I found in one place this information. The attack had been reported by two teenagers, a boy and a girl. The boy said they had been robbed while the girl was sexually assaulted. They told the cops about it, and the officers didn't believe their story. And they sent the couple away with a cursory investigation saying that they thought the story was made up.
That they were robbed?
That they were robbed and she was fucking sexually assaulted. They were like, you little lying 17-year-olds, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, why would you fucking make that up? Let's get attention.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they used to say stuff like that back then, right?
Yeah. So maybe they should have paid attention to that. Anyways. So the female victim has brought a stack of mugshots. She's sorting through them, and when she sees the photo of Chester, she starts to scream.
Oh, fuck.
Which is so chilling.
Yeah.
So they get an arrest warrant for him on the rape because they can't prove the murders yet, so they get him off the streets. And then they have him in custody. They start questioning him about the rape, and then they press him about the murders. And they keep him in the interrogation room for hours. At 2 a.m., he finally asks to see his family, and then he confesses.
But before that, he's like, really quick though, again, I have a buckskin jacket. I just wanted you guys to know.
It's the blood from the buck that was fucking killed for this jacket.
I'm just going to bring this up real quick because it's pretty cool jacket.
Yeah, like I just want you guys to like admire my jacket.
Okay, anyway, no, I'll go back to my confession.
So he confesses, he says that he got scared. He tried to grab the women's pocketbooks and they fought him and he hit them. And the pocketbook turned out to be the camera that was around her neck. He thought it was like a pocketbook. So he gives him that interesting detail. Then he says, they were like, why did you drag the women into this ledge, into this like cave? And he says it's because he had spotted a small airplane flying low over the park and he was afraid it was a state police plane. So he moved the bodies so that they could not be seen. And he had said it was a red and white plane. So a few days later, the cops and the detectives go to the airplane base and look at the logbooks, and there's a fucking plane flying over that fucking park at the exact moment that was red and white.
Whoa.
So that's some shit that only he could have known.
Yes.
Right?
And he told on himself.
He confessed. Yeah.
He confessed.
He confessed.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, but then right after his first meeting with his court-appointed attorney, he changes the story and says that he was innocent of all charges, that the investigators had coerced him into confessing, and that they fucking held a gun to his head and made him sign every single one of the papers.
I mean, I can see that too.
I mean,
back then,
he said, I know, he was so scared that he signed the papers away, saying they had fed him the information about the airplane and he wasn't even in the park at the time of the killings. He later said, the police at the park saw me every day and I passed every test they gave me, but the months went by and they wanted a conviction, so they beat me into signing it. I wasn't ever at the park when it happened. I was done wrong.
except for when you raped that girl that time, Chester.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. Yes. However. Okay. So he's brought to trial in 1961. They seek the death penalty. A year later, the jury finds him guilty for one of the murders they only tried him for, which is weird.
Maybe they thought they couldn't get him on all three.
Well, it's all the same evidence. You know what I mean? Maybe. And then they ended up like not bringing him up on charges for the rape too. So like this poor girl who was like, you first thought I was fucking lying and now you're not even going to fucking try him for this shit.
Wow.
Poor fucking girl.
But if he goes down for those, at least something on the other ones, then he's in jail
forever.
Maybe they had to.
Yeah.
Convince
Okay.
her
But
of that.
here's the problem with that.
Uh-oh.
So he's sentenced to a term of life in prison. And then the jurors get dismissed, and the reporters ask them if they knew that a life sentence in Illinois meant that Wager would be eligible for parole in a few years. And it turns out that the normal life sentence for murder in Illinois was 10 years at the time.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if it still is. It might still be.
No.
And jurors were like, wait, what the fuck? They were like, we would have fucking sent him away.
Wait, that's
We
like
would have
saying
voted
everyone that's going to jail is 70 or something. That doesn't make any sense.
A life sentence is in the hardest quotes that have ever been quoted. Life sentence is such bullshit. It makes you feel and think a certain thing. It's not fucking true. 7 fucking years. It's like you're eligible for parole immediately and you just keep fucking... It's not a thing.
A life sentence is not a thing.
A life sentence is not a thing.
You are full of shit.
I am not. Life sentence is like is a
Wait, can I just remind you that lawyers listen to this?
okay. All right. I just
Would you want me to text Guy right now?
text guy.
Okay.
The idea of a life sentence.
Wait, this is my favorite.
Stop making fun of me.
We're going outside the podcast. It's like we're doing an outside line.
A life sentence. I want to call a friend. A lawyer.
I'm doing it.
A life sentence means life sentence, but in actuality, in a majority of states, it really just is. It's a sentence, but it's not an actual. What's the word?
It's not going to give you 50 to 75 years like it would take up a person's life.
Exactly. You're not actually going to be in prison for your life. All right. Both of you on your phones now. I just want to fucking point out. I mean,
No, I'm just texting. I'm texting the outside
can I
line.
ask you a question? Says
We're just going to see if Guy's even available.
Stephen, what did you find?
I found that it was much more complicated than I thought it was.
What does it say?
I thought life imprisonment was life in... No, the first thing was on a message board. It just said, that's a really good question. What is life imprisonment in Illinois? And
Oh, you didn't get an answer?
Yeah, I didn't get an answer.
Read the whole thing right now. It just says that. Okay.
Well, we know that it changes state to state, right?
Yes, but I also
But
know-
this is Illinois specific.
Right. So I mean, the jurors were set. Like, do you know that life imprisonment, a life sentence in Illinois means that he'd be eligible for parole in a few years. So that's the thing. You get life in prison and then you're fucking eligible for parole. And in this case, in Illinois, get parole after 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So go ahead.
That's right.
Well, I mean, is that what you're about to tell me? He got parole?
No.
Oh.
No. Blah, bitty, blah. So they said they would have given him the electric chair.
Oh, shit.
Blah, blah, blah. So, okay, let's see. The whole prosecution was based on his confession, which predated Miranda warnings that are required today.
Wow. I didn't realize Miranda warnings were that recent.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay.
They're based on a guy named Miranda.
Like how John Wayne's real name is Priscilla.
Is it? No, it isn't.
Yeah. Or Miriam.
That's my middle name.
It's a girl name. What? Really?
Mm-hmm. It's Jewish. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then at some point, so he, from the moment he was in prison, is saying he's fucking innocent. And that some woman had a deathbed confession that was never like corroborated. He's maintained his innocence. He's 77 and he is the third longest held inmate in a state prison, having served a life sentence since 1961. He's been requesting parole since 1972. It's 14 times that he's been up for parole.
Wow.
Yeah, and he's always saying, and if he said that he did it, he probably would have been paroled, because part of getting paroled is accepting responsibility for your crime.
Yeah.
And he fucking refuses to do it. DNA tests were requested, but so there was fucking hair found in the victim's fists and the bloodstains on the coat. They were requested testing in 2004, but the items had not been properly preserved and thus no longer had held evidentiary value, which seems like bullshit, right? Like you can fucking find it in there somewhere.
Well, but it sounds like what they're saying is like, instead of putting it in a Ziploc bag, they put it in one of those sandwich bags that folds over at the top, where it's like, those don't work for sandwiches. Why are they going to work for evidence?
Well, I looked this case up on Facebook to see if anyone was like talking about it as their hometown murder. And one guy whose name I fucking can't remember was like, this is my hometown murder. And these items, the jacket and the fucking branch that had been used to kill them, were brought to schools to show children.
No.
Yeah. And so, and like
the buckskin jacket comes back.
Yeah. Like the guy was like, the guy worked for the Innocence Project. And he was like, the reason these fucking things couldn't be tested is because one of the fucking investigators had like one of the pieces of evidence on his wall as like a trophy. And these got brought, like the guy was like, my mom remembers these being brought into school and you could like touch them and fucking learn about the murder.
Get as many little kid fingerprints on there as you possibly can.
It's pretty smart if that's a fucking tactic.
Yeah, because this was back when, no one knew. No.
So
it was so recent.
Less than a month ago, he was up for parole again.
Jesus, how old is this motherfucker?
77. He was up for parole again, and he got denied. And one of the only living jurors left, Nancy Porter, who's 92, said that she now finds the confession implausible because she thought that Wager, who was unarmed, who was only 5'8", could have been overpowered by the three women, which I think is such bullshit. That's not how fucking crimes work. Like you intimidate these three, quiet women who go along with what you're telling them to do and intimidate them. Like it doesn't matter how big you are.
No. That's like acting like every crime situation is the same. And if this person is a criminal, he could have lured them to a spot, cracked one of them on the head, scared the shit out of the other two. Like who
He tied
knows?
two of them together, so you're overpowering two of them. The other woman's not going to leave. I mean, it's not like they're going to fucking ninja him, overpower him.
And that's the same thing with the Richard Speck case, where he went into, they couldn't understand how there was so many women in this room, and he kept them all in that room and then took them out one by one and murdered them.
And nobody.
And it's like, because it's a psychological thing. He scared the shit out of them.
He scared them, and he kept saying, probably, if you go along with what I'm trying to do, I'll let you go.
Yes.
I'll let you go. And so especially back then when you had to be fucking polite to everyone, you go along with it hoping you'll be
just
spared.
want this situation to end.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So silver lining. So the crime lab is now one of the finest in the state because of the shoddy work from the Starved Rock case. And someone said the state crime lab was less equipped than a high school chemistry lab at the time. And this is from Steve Stout, who wrote a book called The Starved Rock Murders. This crime is more important than most because it changed the system of criminal investigation in Illinois. And then I went on Reddit, and there was a guy who said there was a woman named Bedpan 3. I know. Like, is she? I don't know what's going on with her.
You know she's a woman.
Because she says maybe not. She says my husband, and I fucking assumed.
Oh, right,
maybe,
right. Look,
I can be like, I'm not trying to.
Come on, everybody.
She says there's a huge, like there was a bedpan 1 and a bedpan 2 already taken.
The other two, no. This is the third best bedpan.
Yeah. This is there's a huge number of people from this town and my surrounding area that think he was a scapegoat. Her ex's husband's grandfather was a judge during the time, though not during this trial, and told me that there was no way in hell he did the crime. The bodies, from what I remember reading, had animal/dog bites that were just left unexplained. Theories include that a business owner who was from another nearby town who had very large, well-trained dogs was a possibility, because he inexplicably immigrated back to his home country right after the murders, leaving his entire family behind. Another theory is that the women's wealthy Chicago businessmen husbands paid someone to have them killed in the park for various nefarious reasons. The only real consensus is that pretty much no one at the time or years later believed it was Wager.
I don't think it's the husband having them killed, because the way they're mutilated and left with their legs open.
Yeah.
And if Wager was a rapist and was the rapist that raped that girl, it would be more in line with a person who is a rapist, has issues with
Sexually
women.
deviant.
Yeah, and basically is escalating.
I don't disagree with the fact that it sounds like, if I didn't know any of the suspects, I would think it was at least two people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but who knows? You crack somebody over the head with a stick when you're and you're with your two friends.
Yeah.
Somebody gets cracked over the head, and then you're like, and suddenly there's like some wild man that's like, sit down and I have to tie you up. And I mean,
no, for sure,
it's over.
He probably did it. but he probably did it.
But it is interesting, that whole thing of like, you can't really base it on what the polygraph says, and you can't, and you do have to be suspect. Now, what we know these days of how police interrogations used to go, we've all seen LA Confidential.
It's a pity that DNA can't figure this one out.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's such a good story.
Yeah. Starved Rock Murders.
And also such a creepy name.
Starved Rock Murders? Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it starve or starving?
Starved.
Starved, past tense.
Starved. Like they did.
Yeah, but it can't be. What if it's the twine from the restaurant?
Yeah. I mean, unless it was someone else who worked there. It probably wasn't.
Could have been someone else.
I mean, he's still alive
chef.
and he's trying to get out. And
it's the line cook.
yeah, it's always a line cook.
It's not the dishwasher.
It's always a sous chef. He just wants to be the head chef.
He's got a fun mustache, and you're like, I love that guy.
And he's like,
Steven.
I'm so sick of chopping celery. Fucking take your mirepoix and shove it. Put a chive on it.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora Jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye. Every piece of furniture you own has a story.
Sometimes it's an heirloom, and sometimes it came with the house because it was too heavy to move.
If you're ready to start a new chapter with your home decor, there's Article.
Article makes it effortless to create a stylish, long-lasting home at an unbeatable price.
They take great care in curating their collection, focusing on pieces that stand the test of time.
We've talked about Article for a long time. There are pieces in that catalog that are so affordable that are room changers. And if you go through there and there's like a little something you don't even realize you need it until you see how they have stuff set up or what style combinations that they're doing with. They do the boho chic. There's mid-century. It's a little bit modern. It's something new. Like there's so many choices in there, and it's not going to break the bank.
As someone who's interested in tons of different styles and time periods, Article covers them all in one place. I love that.
I know I've mentioned already how much I love my entryway table, but I swear to God, because the path that it's on, I pass it 4 times a day. And I love it more every time.
Article is offering our listeners $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more.
To claim, visit article.com/murder, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout.
That's article.com/murder for $50 off your first purchase of $100 or more. Goodbye. Summer's for adventures, road trips, and adding a whole lot of miles to your car.
That's why it's worth stopping at Valvoline Instant Oil Change first.
If you need an oil change, make the smart stop at Valvoline Instant Oil Change before you hit the highway.
Their trained techs can help you get road trip ready with an oil change and an 18-point maintenance check included with every oil change, checking your tire pressure, wipers, lights, and more.
That means they're checking important things before you're halfway to your aunt's house with no cell service.
And these aren't just any techs. Valvoline Instant Oil Change techs complete over 270 hours of training, so your car's in capable hands.
The best part, you can stay in your car and you're in and out in about 15 minutes.
So before your next long summer ride, pull into Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
Goodbye.
Okay. So mine this week is a worrisome, because it's the case that I brought up the week before last. And I didn't really know anything about it, but I just wanted to cite it to you. And it was the Sherri Papini case.
Yes.
So it's an amazing thing, because I went into such a black hole on the internet today that I had that thing happen where I was reading. It was light outside when I was reading. And the next thing I knew, it was pitch black in my house.
Because you didn't get up to turn any lights on.
Exactly. And I hadn't really looked around, so that when I looked up, it was like I was sitting in a pitch black room. It was kind of scary.
That's a really honestly, it's like one of my depression triggers.
Yes.
That's
where you let just the light fade away.
Yeah.
I jumped up and turned a lamp on. I have dogs. It wasn't too bad, but
If anyone had come, looked through the window and seen what you were reading about, they'd be like, "What the? I'm not killing this girl.
Yeah,
she's crazy.
She's going to kill me."
Yeah.
But here's because the reason that it was, hours and hours of reading in all these different websites is because this case has so many levels, and it is crazy. When I first started talking to you about it, I just wanted to kind of be like, it's that crazy case and it's got some twists and turns. But because I didn't really know specifics, I kind of was just gave up.
Well, I love that I really don't know. I know that everyone's talking about it. You mentioned it to me. I love that you're filling me in on every, I have nothing. I just want to fucking hear this. I'm excited.
All right. So I'll give you the overview.
Okay.
But essentially what we're talking about here, in one way, and this is what people are being so careful about it, because there's no proof that it's anything but a woman who has been victimized. And what I really like about that is that there are people who are being so fastidious as to make sure that no one is accusing a victim of a crime of doing anything. That being said, there is insane amounts of evidence that something is wrong with this case.
It's really suspicious.
It's very suspicious, and it's not... it's just interesting. So we will talk about facts, and I'll just try to be very clear about what facts are as opposed to hearsay or anything, and just try to remind you every 7 minutes that we're talking about a victim and that this isn't, in no way are we trying to give an opinion about this. I just find this case to be incredibly fascinating.
Okay.
So here's what we know. It's a woman named Sherri Papini, who is a 34-year-old married mother of 2 who lives in Redding, California, disappeared while she was jogging on November 2nd. And she reappeared 3 weeks later on the side of Highway 5 before dawn on Thanksgiving Day, 150 miles away from where she was taken. She was beaten. She was bloody, and her hands were chained behind her back.
Fuck.
Yeah. She told police that she had been kidnapped by 2 Hispanic women in a van who tortured and starved her.
No. Okay, go on.
So after she was found, her husband, Keith, gave interviews to both Good Morning America and 2020.
Wait, okay. Already questions. She said that the entirety of her being captured was by 2 Hispanic women.
Yes.
The entirety of it.
Yeah. Let's just go with the facts.
Keep going.
On On those interviews, Keith, her husband, said his wife's captors, 2 Latina women, kept their faces covered, spoke Spanish the majority of the time. They beat her. They broke her nose. They cut her hair. They starved her. He claimed that Sherri had lost 15% of her body weight and that the captors, quote unquote, branded her, which led to speculation that the kidnapping was part of a sex trafficking operation. So after she was found, a woman saw her again at 4 a.m. on the side of the road, called 911. She gets taken to the hospital. And her injuries include bruises, a broken nose, burns, and starvation. But she was discharged several hours later. She tells police that she was held captive, and she describes the 2 Latinas as one being old, one being young. One had curly hair, one had straight hair, one had thin eyebrows, one had thick eyebrows. Once she was released from the hospital, she and her family left Redding, the town that she lives in, for an undisclosed location to avoid media attention. And Sherri herself has not been seen by the media since her disappearance.
Shut up on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, since she's basically not been seen by the media at all. So they've seen the pictures of her, which are from her wedding day, which are 7 years prior.
So she hasn't given any interviews or hasn't been seen?
No, just her husband. Wow. So her husband went on 2020 and Good Morning America, and he told the whole story for her, and which makes sense for a victim who is traumatized and needs to be away from everything.
Yeah,
makes perfect sense.
But did he need to do that?
Well, true.
If that's the case, then she doesn't want to be and needs to be away from it.
Well, and that's what they told people is basically, she got out of the hospital and then they left town and told everybody that they are doing it to avoid the media. And then he relatively soon after goes on both 2, major national television shows.
Okay. Do you want to? Okay.
So
I'm going to hold my comments.
All right. Yeah.
You're like,
just
good.
Accrue it and listen because it's interesting.
Well, I can't remember anything.
There are actually websites that normally dive right into cases like this, the kind of Nancy Grace style cases, who will not entertain anything except for that Sherri Papini is a victim, and anybody saying anything different, that's you can't talk about that. Which is a stance. I mean, it's just like a way to do it. But of course, Reddit is not like that because Reddit entertains anything at all times and you can say what you want. And so Reddit is the place I found a lot of this information.
Cool.
The Shasta County Sheriff actually recently came out to say he believes Sherri Papini's story. But he said that in direct conflict with an earlier statement where the sheriff's office communications officer said they weren't ruling anything out. So no one knows if he said that to fix what somebody that was just basically answering the phone and talking to the Huffington Post said, or what. But there hasn't been much movement. The Shasta County. None of the police up there have been warning people. They haven't put out any kind of APB about these 2 Latina women. There haven't been warnings to other women about being careful or this is what you need to look for.
I think that says a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, we'll go over it like this is the way the timeline problems, essentially.
Okay.
So the day that she went jogging, like the day that her husband, Keith, realized that she was missing, he was at work and he came home from work and she wasn't there and the kids weren't there. And instead of calling her, he said because sometimes I think the reason is, I was confused by this, but basically that sometimes reception is bad up there, which makes sense because it's way up north of Sacramento.
Yeah.
That he pinged her phone instead with Find My iPhone.
Okay.
so then he realizes where the phone is, and it's a mile away from their house, where kind of near where their mailbox is, which is, if you've grown up in the country, it's that thing where like your house is way up here on some weird long dusty road, and your mailboxes are in a long line with a bunch of other people's mailboxes down the road.
You go to your mailbox when you're driving up your driveway.
Exactly right.
Okay.
A mile seems far to me, but
It does.
I don't know.
Okay.
And also, this is like, I was looking at a map of Reading, and there's nothing. I mean, it's like,
also they'll group that neighborhoods like put mailboxes together. It has nothing to do with where your house is, kind of, right?
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because neighborhoods don't exist there. It's like all these houses just kind of like, they're probably ranch style houses spread out.
Fuck that, man.
So
I want neighbors to hear me scream.
scary at night.
Yep.
So he says he called his mother, and he I can't remember, but basically it's just this weird thing of, why wouldn't you just call her phone?
Yeah.
And
Like, okay.
so he pings her phone, finds it, and it's at the corner of Sunrise Drive and Old Oregon Trail. And when he gets there, he immediately takes a picture of it. It's sitting
Of her phone?
Of her phone.
Why would he do that?
It's sitting with. You're just going to keep saying that.
I know, I'm
That's
sorry,
what.
I know.
No. You can. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's headphones sitting on top of the phone.
On top of them.
Very neatly, it says, and he takes a picture of it. So the police said that it looked staged. They commented on that early, that said it looked staged, but he didn't touch the phone. He whatever. And a lot of people on these threads were talking about, if your significant other was missing in a way that you really felt was real, you would grab that phone and start looking at what are the last calls, texts, anything. All right. So then he files a missing persons report, and in every way he talks about her, instead of saying kidnapped or missing, he keeps using the word taken, Liam Neeson style. Okay. So then they put up, 5 days after she goes missing, they put up sherrypapini.com, and it's a website.
5 days? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's just a website about the whole case. Please help us find her. She's missing, with her picture and everything else, all the information, what she's wearing and the whole thing. And 10 days after that, this letter goes up on that website, and it's from an anonymous donor. And it says like, I'm an anonymous donor. I'm offering an undisclosed reward for Sherri's immediate release. My middleman is Cameron Gamble, who's a international negotiator, who also happens to live in Reading.
The fuck?
Right. So I think this is the part now, separate from people saying, please protect a victim who has been victimized.
Yes.
Absolutely. But this is the part where everyone's like, this thing stinks to high heaven.
Yeah.
Because when you go on, there's a really great article that was on the Daily Beast called things you should know about the shady private investigator involved in the Sherri Papini case.
Fuck yeah.
And it's amazing because it's all about him and how it's really, there's lots of great information. There's videos that he has on his website, CameronGamble.com.
Is he a creep?
He's a guy that's trying, he has his organization is supposedly a profit organization called Project Taken, and it's about warning women or telling women what to do in case someone tries to kidnap them.
What the fuck?
So all of these things are they just are very suspect.
Yeah.
It's just all a little bit like a movie, and a little bit, I don't think so.
Too coincidental.
Very coincidental. And also, in the best case scenario, what this person did this anonymous donor that put this letter up on their website was basically trying to circumvent law enforcement and say, if you have her,
Right.
I will give you money, just bring her back.
Is it no questions asked?
Exactly.
Oh, no,
they don't use that phrase,
Right.
but it's basically saying we don't have to deal with the police. Like, if you can have the money, just bring her back.
Which pisses the police off so much, because if that's actually the case, then other women are in danger, and you have not.
Yeah, you can't do it that way.
You've just eliminated all the suspects because you're being a fucking asshole.
Well, it doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't.
And it's like somebody making up a new way to do it and then going I'm anonymous. I'm anonymous.
Yeah.
The amount of money is anonymous. Please use my middleman.
Yeah.
None of those things,
No.
I think, really line up. And then it goes against law enforcement. Okay. So basically then 3 weeks since she goes missing, 3 weeks pass. And on the morning of Thanksgiving, she's spotted at 4 a.m. Next to the highway near Woodland, a city called Woodland, which I don't remember from living up there, with her arms chained behind her back. This woman sees her trying to, she said it looked like she was trying to flag her down, wave something. I don't know how she would do that with her arms behind her back, but the woman calls 911 and she's taken to the hospital. And when the woman describes her in this 911 call, she says she has long blonde hair. So, after she's found and the family asks for privacy, several family members grant a Daily Mail interview, which is the British newspaper, I believe. And someone also sells a picture of her kids on Thanksgiving to the Daily Mail. And then, of course, her husband does both interviews.
Do they know who sold it? Or is it anonymous?
They say family members. There's no one specifically named. In his 2020 interview, her husband Keith says her signature long blonde hair had been chopped off. But she was described as having long hair by the 911 caller, and a lot of people bring up who has signature long blonde signature as compared to what?
Dude,
it's not. She's not Gwyneth Paltrow or whatever. She's a mom.
And even if it is, it's why did the caller describe her as having that? And he said the exact. This guy seems to pick up phrases that sound coerced or not coerced,
rehearsed.
Rehearsed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But also just weird. It's
Very
that
weird.
thing where people get a weird feeling. And that's the thing that what we're now talking about that are in direct contention
Yes.
with each other is the weird feeling you have when you think someone's lying versus a victim trying to tell their story.
And I'm not. Everything I've heard doesn't. It makes the husband sound suspicious, not her.
Right.
It sounds like this fucking happened to her.
Well, yeah.
I don't think nothing makes me think that she isn't actually a legitimate victim.
So basically when he gives these interviews, there's experts that are experts in whatever reaction or whatever facial reaction recognition or whatever that say his crying is completely fake. He does these things where he bursts out into tears, but he makes the noises and his eyes get a little bit red, but there's no actual streaming tears.
That whole fucking study is fascinating to me. I love that shit.
Yeah. Micro expressions and stuff like that, the way they know people are lying.
Amazing.
It's pretty interesting. But I also think that that's interesting because that happens on TV shows a lot where people are supposed to be crying in acting, but it's really hard thing to do to fake cry. It's really hard, even if you mean it and want to do it. So you can, but we're all used to it where it's people I just really, and you make the noise, you can do the voice and everything, but to get the stuff to come out of your eyes is really hard to do.
Yeah, but you can still see it. I have a really hard time crying, and there's moments where I'm it's okay to do this thing, but you're trying so hard not to, but you can hear it in the voice, right?
Well, and the key of real crying, I learned this in an acting class one time.
Tell me.
Is trying not to cry, because that's the real thing people do. You
try not to.
No one ever wants to really cry.
Fuck.
So sitting and I don't know this man, and who knows what's really happening. None of us know. Again,
Okay.
I'm just going to keep saying it. None of us know what's really happening. But most of the time, if you're being interviewed and you're talking about something that happened to a person, and also he'd already gotten his wife back home.
Yeah.
So she hadn't died, and yes, she had been a victim of something terrible, but he was acting like he was sobbing, but he wasn't actually sobbing, which is just not a natural thing for people to, especially a man, I'm sorry to say, they have less permission to have emotions.
You do a thing where you're like, sorry, give me 1 second, and you rein it back in, and then you continue to talk. And it's like, just give me a moment. And you think that they're going to cut it out or something of the...
We've all seen all of these shows a million times.
All of these shows.
You know what it's they talk, and then their lip moves in a weird way, and then the eyes go, and the water is there.
Yeah, and their voice breaks.
Their voice breaks.
They're embarrassed about it.
And it's a very hard thing to fake.
They're trying to get a point across, and they can't.
And guess what? Again, all of this theory.
Fair.
Okay. So, in his interview for 2020, he calls people who would doubt Sherri's story subhuman.
Okay.
He doesn't call her attackers anything.
What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But it's, he also said when he was on Good Morning America, he said, I understand people want the story, pictures, proof that this was not some sort of hoax, plan to get money or fabricate a race war. I do not see a purpose in addressing each preposterous lie. Yes.
Who brought up race war initially?
He did. No. This is him. And that's the thing that everybody was saying of just like, of all those other things, yes, we get it. You don't have to address every lie.
Yeah.
You're right. What?
Wait,
why
what?
are we talking about a race war?
What the fuck?
On Good Morning fucking America.
They should have vetted the shit out of him.
So, okay. Now we're going back to this idea, which is a real fucking thing that happens in this country, sex trafficking. It's horrifying. It really happens.
Totally.
It's still kind of mysterious. Nobody really knows what it looks like, what it means. It's very like...
Nobody knows who it happens to, and it happens to people that don't, that it's not... Why it's not
aren't
people
visible.
Yeah, aren't visible.
Yes.
It's not... Yeah. So we're all like, it never happens because it happens to people who are victims to begin with.
Yes, that's right. Runaway kids.
Yeah.
But the thing that's true is it usually happens to younger women. Mm-hmm. This woman is 30. Sorry, I said it. 32, 36.
People who won't miss the victims or won't be believed when they said that there's a victim
that's
or that
right.
it's a runaway, you know, people who are
at risk.
At risk, yeah. And under... something.
So, but the other thing is, she one of her injuries that was reported is that she was burned, as if as if she was branded for this sex trafficking. But real sex trafficking is the branding is just a word that they use for it. They tattoo them.
Right.
They don't brand them like cattle
because they want them to. They want to sell these women. They don't want to ruin their. Okay.
That's exactly
you know
right.
What I mean?
They don't want to ruin their bodies.
They don't want to cut their long, beautiful blonde hair. That's a fucking selling point.
Exactly. They don't want to beat them up and break their nose.
No.
Those are all selling points.
Right.
But also the idea that someone wouldn't actually know the insider information that tattoos are how you brand, not with a brand.
Like quote branding. It's like branding as a quote.
Yes.
What the fuck?
So we're just adding up holes. We're just mentioning things or the reason people are suspicious.
Got it.
So now we turn to her social media.
Okay. Oh my God. I'm excited.
She had a wedding blog on which she claimed that she had never lived with a man, but she actually had been married and was divorced in 2007.
Shit.
So people are citing this as just kind of times before. She's been described as a super mom, as the best person in the world, as sweet, all American. There's this picture that's been painted of her by him in these interviews. And so people are just trying to cite other things that maybe would contradict that. Inconsistencies, exactly. And one of them is that this very blatant lie that she was basically trying to make it seem like she'd never been married before.
Yeah, and it's like, well, why lie? It's not that that's a blight on your fucking personality that makes it that you should be kidnapped.
It's also,
okay.
It's not the 1800s, so you don't. But this was long before.
Okay.
So it's kind of like saying it's just kind of trying to show a thing that maybe this is a person who doesn't have a problem throwing up a lie.
Yeah.
Oh, but it could have been put up
her
by a
or
person.
him.
This is her. Okay. This was her wedding blog.
Okay.
But then I will contradict that just in fairness to say Reading is a small town, and there could be people that don't like her and are trying to defame her because she is in this spotlight and she is in a bad place.
And you know what? I want to say, like, I was engaged before Vince and I got married. And at this point in my life, I'm like, he was really just a boyfriend. Like, it was, like, you get married and you're like, this was stupid. We were young. It's like, it wasn't a real marriage. And you say it wasn't because it doesn't fucking matter.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, or you get to write whatever you want on your wedding blog. There's plenty of ways to argue the other way.
For sure.
Now, there was a blog post written under her maiden name, which is Sherri Graf, on a skinhead website in 2007. And it was a story about her getting jumped by 3 Latino men and 5 Latina women, and her fighting all of them off. And the whole thing was kind of about why can't she be proud of being white?
Oh, no.
So this is where, now, here's the thing. Her father says that someone else wrote it and is being an imposter and trying to make her look bad. But I feel like the second you start saying the word skinheads, and that is part of it. Now, this also is in this, like, northern central California. This is the area where stuff like this takes place. I mean, this is
there probably is a big there's a huge Latina community there.
It's actually, Reading apparently is like 97% white.
Holy shit.
So now I read that, though. I mean, that might not be exactly right, because I read that in all of these posts that I was reading. That might not be exact.
Yeah.
There's definitely a big Latina community because most of these are farming communities.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying what I'm reading. But now on Reddit, there are all these people who claim to be from Reading and who went to high school with her.
Oh my God.
So basically, I won't get into now I realize I probably shouldn't get into the details of these stories because this is straight up slander. Okay. This is gossip. There's no way to prove that people went to high school with her.
Yeah.
There's no way to prove
that she wrote that post, actually.
I don't know if there's any way to prove that she wrote that post.
Yeah.
They can prove that someone with that name wrote that post at that time. But they can't prove it was her.
Right.
Fingers on the keys.
Right, exactly. All right.
But
however, it ties these two stories together.
Yes, it just is yes, exactly.
Okay.
This thing with the people that talk about her, nobody is being malicious. Most of the people say this doesn't seem right, and here's what I know about this person. But I hope we find out the truth.
Right.
Nobody is on there like in any way. But I mean, but also that's a good way to try to seem trustworthy.
Yeah.
Is to not be malicious. But most of the people said that in high school, she needed to be the center of attention, and she would sometimes pretend to have heart problems if other people were getting too much attention.
What?
And so one of the stories was they were camping and a girl had hypothermia. She was stayed in the lake too long and had hypothermia, and as they were rushing her to the hospital, all of a sudden Sherri had heart palpitations, and she had a problem too. It was like there's a couple stories like that where it's like kind of comes out of the blue in a very convenient way.
Okay.
Again, unproven.
Yeah.
Who knows who these people are that are writing this? There was also a woman who she wouldn't say what it was specifically. She just said in the beauty business. And she was just saying how one time Sherri had an appointment. This just seems like gossip.
Yeah.
But this is basically like, it's times where people are just saying overreactions, big swings in behavior, weird shit that no one can talk about because this person is a victim.
Right.
Who knows? It leads up to one that is a fact, and one that is I'm kind of freaked out by.
Tell me.
It's the disappearance of a girl named Tara Smith on October 22nd, 1998. Then 16-year-old Tara Smith, a high school student in Redding, California, left home to go jogging, only never to be seen again. Tara's father believes that a local man who was Tara's romantic interest may have been responsible for her disappearance. He said on the night of her disappearance, she had plans to meet with the then 29-year-old martial arts instructor, Troy Zink.
Oh, no.
To end their relationship. He was married.
No.
And had a child, if not 2 children. And he had also served a year in jail for rape.
Oh my God, please. Her father, children.
Her father found an unmailed letter in her room after she disappeared that prompted his theories about Zink. In the letter, she tells him she knows she had made a huge mistake. She never should have gotten involved with him. But this letter was never delivered. And rather than give him the letter, we believe she wanted to confront him in person to break it off. Zink told authorities that Tara had asked to meet him near her home, and then when they met, demanded $2,000 from him. He refused, and she got angry. And then she asked him to drop her off at the corner of Old Alturas Road and Old Oregon Trail. 8 miles from where Sherri Papini had been taken.
That's a long mile. That's a lot of miles.
He said he then went to Hang Glider Hill to pray, and he returned home at 11:30 p.m. Tara's father went to his house after Tara didn't return. Tara, not Tara. And Tara's father said, Zink is an avid 4-wheeler guy. He knows the back roads. He had 5.5 hours to get rid of the evidence. He's been smart enough to keep his mouth shut. The police have not been able to move ahead with the case. It's heartbreaking and very frustrating. The guy still lives in Redding. Almost 20 years have passed, and he has gotten more comfortable, changed his name, and thinks people have forgotten, but we haven't forgotten. And while he was missing, while Sherri was missing, her husband Keith asked Tara Smith's father, Terry, for advice. Keith came to me and we spoke for about an hour. The father of the missing girl told the magazine. I just told him to stay strong for kids and not assume law enforcement has the answers and to push them. It was obvious Keith was torn up, and I believe he was confident he'd get his wife back. Tara Smith was a schoolmate of Sherri Papini.
Wait, they went to school together?
They went to high school together.
The 2 girls?
Yep. The girl that disappeared went to high school with Sherri Papini.
Fuck. Tell me more.
That's it.
That's it?
It's basically...
Holy shit.
It's basically... There's no conclusion to be drawn from it except for that it's an exact parallel of the same story.
So we don't know where they are. Okay, but one could argue that... I don't have any feelings against or for Sherri. I just think that the husband sounds suspicious as fuck. I'm not it sounds like she was a fucking victim. But whether it's of the crime that is claimed that she went through, or this fucking husband who sounds like a piece of work, I don't know.
I think that this is one of those kinds of stories that anything could be possible.
Yeah.
Like the thing everyone online keeps saying is it's a total Gone Girl situation.
Yeah.
And in that, I would say it's that we just don't know. But the thing is, to me, what's interesting is law enforcement doesn't seem to be moving overtly forward with any kind of like, with anything. Maybe they are, and they're just not being like but they super vocal about it.
The fact that they haven't warned the community to be on the lookout or to be careful or that this thing is happening, this speaks volumes to me.
Yeah.
And okay, so what was I gonna say? Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is just like creepy.
It's super creepy, and there's a lot. The thing that's interesting is there's a lot of stuff cropping up. Like when I lived in Petaluma, we would hear gossip all the time about Polly Klaas's family.
Right.
And because there was always someone that knew, an insider that had something to tell you, where it's like, oh, here's the gossip, here's the insider information. And that it's like urban legends where that kind of stuff, people like to talk about it especially when you don't know what the answer is.
Yes.
Theorizing about this and trying to put it together is very satisfying.
Here's my thing. Okay, here's the major thing to me. The thing that sounds more likely is not 2 Hispanic women kidnapping a mother and wife off the fucking street, and solely they're just not doing that. What's the other?
Well, and because also the husband said that she said they had their faces covered.
Right. So how would you know they're Hispanic or have eyebrows that are a certain way?
Well, I mean, we don't know how they were covered, but why would you walk up to 2 people in a car with their faces covered?
The Hispanic women, it just sounds, it's one of those things where it just sounds, it's so insulting to Hispanic women, and I fucking don't see it. And then there's this man who maybe has, the husband who maybe has ties to skinhead organizations and wants to fucking deface.
No, the husband doesn't.
I know, but I don't know. The whole skinhead website thing says
That's
a lot
her,
to me.
though.
I know, but maybe it's him too.
But that's before she knew him.
It sounds so much more likely that the husband, who is trying to get a lot of fucking attention and saying really fucking incriminating weird shit and hiring people who skirt around law enforcement and has something to do with this, is so much more likely than 2 fucking Hispanic women who have no fucking reason to kidnap this woman and didn't.
Well, that's
there's
the
no
thing.
ransom.
Right.
They let her go.
There's no point. That's why everybody feels like it stinks.
Yeah.
That there's no point to it. It's not like the idea that they don't. She's not saying where she was in the meantime. There are no details about. There's absolutely no detail that she has given the police about where she was, what happened, what, like they were saying. Somebody was saying, what state was she in? Like, were her nails cut?
Yeah.
You know, what did her clothes look like? Were they the same clothes that she left in? Like, all
what
of
almost
these things.
sounds more likely to me is that these things happened to this woman, these exact things she's saying. It just was someone else, and they scared her into saying that it was 2 Hispanic women.
I disagree, because the list of injuries that she gives, no hospital would let you leave 2 hours after you arrive. Ooh. It doesn't make sense, because if you have burns, that means you might have infection.
Yeah.
You have to if you've been starved, that means you are dehydrated.
Right.
So they have to rehydrate you. They need to put antibiotics into you. And also you're in shock. You've just had this terrible thing happen to you.
They're going to do a rape kit, which takes hours and hours.
Right. I mean, unless there's no word about that whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no word about that. But they're not going to, it doesn't make sense that no hospital would let somebody just walk out like, look, I'm fine, after the list of like how badly she was beaten and injured.
The victim to me in this, and the thing I want to protect is the 2 Hispanic women narrative. I just don't think that's fucking fair. And especially with the skinhead tie, it pisses me off that she would that would be the narrative.
And then I'll just remind that the skinhead tie could be some weird red herring, just to say it. Who knows what that is? Because anyone can write her name. You know, who knows what that was?
Fuck, man.
It's such a. But as you dig into the story, you know, it goes into like. When I was in that stuff where it's like, oh, people that went to high school with her said she was this, said she was that. But then I'm like, this is gossip.
This is all gossip.
This is shitty gossip. What would people say about me if it was me in the same situation?
The shit that people say about us would be
upsetting. But to come back around to the parallel story of a girl she went to high school with that actually did disappear. And this is the other thing I will read that someone did say on Reddit that I actually really liked. Someone said, I actually work with human trafficking victims now, and it really pisses me off that the whole world is freaking out over this one woman. Yet there are thousands of girls that go missing and are sold into sex trafficking every year right here in the US, and they aren't even in the news. I really, really hope that they figure all this out and the truth comes out, whatever it is.
Fuck, man. A fucking man.
I mean, yeah.
Shit.
If it brings light to the fact that sex trafficking actually does happen, that'll be great. But I feel like there's a lot of people who are like armchair detectives, like you and me, who smell a rat, and go, "There's more to this story," and they're not talking.
Yeah.
And also, the last thing is they started a GoFundMe. Somebody else started a GoFundMe, and in 7 days they made $40,000
for the family.
Uh-huh.
Something fucking smells fishy.
I mean, And it's in his sister's name.
This dude, like, I'm not even looking at her. This fucking dude.
Well,
This dude is saying enough himself to be incriminated. Nothing to do with her. She might have been a fucking pawn in his game,
or vice versa. Or a third choice that we don't know. It's just so fascinating because when these things get presented on the news, I think back to like I saw this just briefly in passing.
Yeah.
And it was her blonde hair and big smile, and this mother is missing. And everybody's talking about it across the nation. And then it basically is like, okay, here's the story,
Wait.
and then the end.
and everyone's like, well, wait a second. We need to make sure that we fucking update as much as we get. As soon as we get information about this, we need to update it, because this is one of those things that like you never hear about again. And it's like, oh, well, they all went to fucking prison.
Also, the international kidnapping expert is that part in the middle.
Oh my God.
Someone said this on Reddit, but is like, this is basically a Coen Brothers movie. It's like these characters.
John Goodman.
I mean, it's like somebody coming in and being like, I am on behalf of an anonymous donor.
Right.
I am here to say you can come to me and you don't have to
Yeah.
go to the cops, which the cops up there must have lost their fucking shit.
Yeah. I have a degree in international kidnapping things.
I am, my major was Liam Neesoning
Karen, that's our new fucking title.
for,
Listen, if anyone gets kidnapped and you need someone to fucking intervene on your behalf,
don't
Karen
go to
and Georgia.
him.
No.
Come right here.
Karen and Georgia, my favorite murder. Like, we are on this with fucking wild speculation, personal experiences.
There's going to be a lot of, we're mad at you for saying this, that, and the other thing. But
to
I think
not misspeak.
this story, I think we've cleared it at every level, but this story is fascinating. You can't deny.
Amazing.
There's something else going on, and it's fascinating.
Motherfuckers. Everyone's a motherfucker. What is fucking wrong with people? Just like live your fucking life. I'm sorry. I'm really angry at people. It's just like, can we not have a fucking moment? Like, not being total pieces of shit?
Can't it just be Christmas?
Can it be fucking C's Candy and fucking true crime fucking playing
crime
cards and Elvis and fucking Mimi? Like, can we please? Oh, I hate it.
The answer that you get served up every week is no.
No. Answer is 9.
No moments.
9. Well, speaking of moments, anything good happened to you this week?
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck.
I always forget. Okay, what's your...
Really think it through.
All right. Well, I think every week it's going to be nephew for me, because we had
that's
our
cheating.
family. I know, right? But I have a specific one. We had our family Hanukkah party last night, and my nephew who's 1 and my other nephew who's 6, I made them all play a game together. We all played a game, and it was like, because I didn't want my 6-year-old nephew to feel left out, and I want my 1-year-old nephew to like have memories of my 6-year-old nephew, and like. So I fucking Auntie fucking Georgia, like, totally killed it.
What game?
Just scare the baby.
Did the baby like it?
Baby loved Scare the Baby.
Yeah, of course.
It was great.
That's good.
Yeah, it was just like made my heart feel good.
I had kind of a magical moment, which was I was turning to get onto the 101 freeway, and as I passed the Mobil gas station, which is right
On Cahuenga there.
right there. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
There were 3 men doing their nightly, what is it?
Tai Chi?
Prayers.
Oh.
There were 3 men facing east.
Oh my God.
And doing their nightly
Islamic
prayers.
That's gorgeous.
And they were doing it because it was just basically the furthest corner away from the gas pumps that they could be.
And you have to be at the certain time. You have to stop wherever you are and do the prayers.
Right. And it was the furthest corner, and it was like kind of around the corner. So it wasn't like people could see them or whatever,
Yeah.
but they were also doing it in front of the Mobil symbol. So it was lit up for me as I turned to look at it. It was lit up in front of that symbol, like a movie. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
What a beautiful moment to remind you that there's more than just this traffic and driving. And there is, at that moment, someone is having a spiritual connection
Yes.
with the universe that has nothing to do with your surroundings and their surroundings.
They're
there's
taking
so
some
much
time
more.
out to
Yeah.
do that. And also that this is fucking America.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to be able to see in America.
Yep.
That's what you should want to see. And that's a great thing to see.
And thank God we live in a city, Los Angeles, that doesn't interfere with that.
Yeah.
That supports that and is open
is
to that.
good with that.
And is fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
I
that.
felt very grateful.
That's fucking gorgeous.
That's a cool
And I
one.
played Scare the Baby. Meanwhile, I'm scaring the shit out of my 1-year-old nephew. If you go to iTunes and you can rate, review, and subscribe us, and it's great. It helps us. But fuck, man, thank you guys.
Thanks, you guys.
iTunes, my fave murder. Instagram, my favorite. I don't know. Just thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks to Stephen Ray Morris of the Percast for fucking being our
Yay.
audio engineer.
And good gifts.
You guys are amazing. Thank you for listening, Elvis. You want to wait? You want to
Oh, wait. Merry Christmas and, and happy holidays.
happy holidays, Elvis? You want a cookie? Want a cookie?
All right. Stay sexy.
Don't get murdered.
Bye. Bye.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and moments that make the season unforgettable.
From sun-kissed metals to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra.
Each design moves with you from beach days to golden nights and every memory in between.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold. Goodbye.
You know that fantasy where you run into your ex while looking impossibly cute and wildly unbothered? Hill House makes the perfect dress for that moment. Or if you're just running errands. Hill House Home is the brand behind the viral nap dress, known for its signature smocking, ultra-flattering fit, and comfort that makes it a favorite for just about everyone. Celebrities like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Anne Hathaway, and Mindy Kaling have all been spotted in Hill House. These dresses are the definition of versatile, perfect for running errands in the morning and stylish enough for dinner or a party that night. And it's not all they carry. They started with bedding back in 2016, and now you'll find bathrobes, pajamas, children's clothes, and maternity, all with the cutest prints. And it's so true. The hardest time picking out one nap dress because the prints are so dreamy and beautiful. But now that I have it, I'm going to wear it all day, every day. I'm going to throw on my leather jacket at night and look like a total badass. Cowboy boots or cute heels, whatever it is, this nap dress can make it look classy. You look like that classy lady you see at the airport. Hill House makes fun fashion that makes you feel good. Get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com with code MURDER15. That's MURDER15 for 15% off at hillhousehome.com. Goodbye.
While the world watches the stars at the FIFA World Cup, Hyundai has its eyes on the next generation of talent.
The future soccer stars who are already turning heads at age 14.
Because next doesn't wait for an invitation.
And Hyundai doesn't either.
Hyundai has always moved the future within reach.
Hyundai did it by making advanced safety standard on every vehicle.
And by engineering EVs with ultra-fast charging capability.
And Hyundai continues doing it every day because the future isn't some far-off concept, it's already here.
Next starts now.
Hyundai, an official partner of FIFA.
Goodbye.